I'm used to hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm hoping for is sure to be mine. And I do believe it, and no hurt get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's a robber, we gotta live right, though we might get distracted by the things that are sight. We can't go blindly when we into the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to who knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows?
Nobody hyper than Blacker representing for overall setting.
We gotta give thanks. We got to give thanks, yes, for the ones who come before us, and we gotta shake hands. Hi, this is Singing Melody, and I'll be on the Overall Settings podcast.
Overall setting.
Yeah, me know, overall settings.
Ashes, burn them down all the way. Don't know Rastama represent for overall settings.
Man, it's all about overall settings.
It's all about overall.
Live on the overall setting podcast.
Overall settings. Watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your keeper. Watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your keeper. Watch your friends, know your friends. Overall settings, turn up the ends.
Watch your friends with your keep. Watch your friends that you keep. Because some of them are. Oh, hello. I'll go, dog! That's a brother.
Some of them are like brother.
Welcome to another episode of Overall Settings, the podcast that differs, where we highlight the icons of yesteryear who chopped the bush for the current icons of today who set the stage for the future icons of tomorrow. But tonight is actually a little different. We have somebody over here tonight. Before we even go further, this is tonight is going to be very informative. You know, we're gonna learn some things tonight. You know what I mean? Hopefully everybody who's on the live, and look on the live turn up from earlier. The first time I see a live look so. So the people who are up on the live right now, before we even start and bring out our guests, please just share the live. Go in your WhatsApp, go by your social media, make we turn up that live here, please. Because tonight is very informative. You know what I mean? We have People, we are very sorry.
Technical
I see the
difficulties.
people them still there with we. We're very sorry. We have a technical difficulty. Yo, you see one time you do something informative. You see one time you do something for the better of mankind and womankind.
Nah, go
The
easy.
devil always try to me not say- me not me not
Nah,
say-
go easy.
me not say- me not- No, me not. No, the devil did get in at you to make you do what you do. I know you are the devil, but the devil take hold of you and make you do what you do.
Yo, hey,
Yeah. People.
me I go just say a Claude make him do it.
All right.
So we have to
Smiley
say with
dep on in
Claude.
case I make him do it. But anyway, as I say, people, tonight, may I beg you know, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was saying that everybody on this live, please share the live. Go on your WhatsApp, go by your Facebook, go by your Insta, go by your text, your email. As a matter of fact, just go by your rooftop at your house and just shout it out, say, we're there with Doctor. I mean, I put emphasis on that because at the first we ever really talked to one. At the first we ever talked to one doctor in a real life unless me in a one doctor's office. You know what I say? So, at the end of the day, tonight is a night of epic proportions. You know what I say? So we welcome to the platform a very warm overall settings welcome for Dr. DAMAR MCINTYRE. Ella.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry about that. We never get the landlord no rent this week and him come lock off your light power. You know what I mean?
Sometimes that has to go on, I swear. I completely understand.
Yeah, so we'd have to work out a little after year deal with him and we did tell him say we'd have got pay him, you know what I mean? And so basically, that we are work out that you know what I mean, and we are gonna pay the bills them and you already know how it go. So
Please pay it. We can't escape it.
yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Daddy Lee, it's a very
It's a different night
it's a
tonight.
different night for
Different.
us, but I'm excited nonetheless. You know, man, because
Of course.
I think one of the
Absolutely.
greatest forms of wealth is
Knowledge.
knowledge, and without knowledge, you know what I mean, you basically don't know anything. You know what I mean, and another part of that is health. You know what I mean? So what better way to get knowledge of health about self from a real doctor? You know what I mean? Who could have there anywhere in our world right now, I work on our patient them or whatever, and she take the time out for forward come over here. And it's an added incentive because we're not feeling on a speaky spooky business when we are talk to her because she want to we.
For real. But like I said, we have to give thanks to our gosh. Because there's somewhere eat our rice and peas right now, and
Exactly. Her probably all she me don't know what do doctors eat? What do doctors eat? What? I
Yeah,
don't
side dish, rice and peas and chicken, jerk chicken, all of the good stuff. I mean, we try to stay on the healthier side, but hey, listen.
know. Okay. You know what I mean? And you did that tell me about doctor ongo eat chickpeas and salad and them something. Eh? Come on, man. Not do that.
That's
Anyway,
a side dish. A side dish. It's the portions, okay? It's the portions.
all right. So anyway, at the end of the day, you're originally from Jamaica. Um, tell us a little something about the early days before you embarked on what you're doing right now. So just give us some insight to who we're talking to, where it all began for you in Jamaica.
Okay. All right. So I grew up in Jonestown, Kingston 12. Went
Okay.
to Jonestown Primary School. I went to Queen's School Queens High School. From there, I went on to XED, where I did 2 years, and then of course I migrated to the US. So I started out, I mean, just like the norm. I mean, you went to college back home, but it's coming here is like pretty much starting over. So luckily for me, I had the support of my family. My mom, she's like all about education and school and all of the good stuff. And I only probably beaten from her to get where I'm at today.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Stick up in. All right. So you said Jonestown.
Uh-huh.
To give people some insight to Jonestown, if I'm not mistaken, that's what they consider jungle. Correct? All right. Concrete jungle. So I mean, you have Jonestown, you have Craigtown, you have, you know what I mean, them Angola.
Arnett Gardens,
Right,
Rima.
All right. So, coming from that community, what was it like for you growing up?
Well, it was rough because I used to I grew up like I had like picket fences and I guess because the environment, the gunshots and all of that, so they had to zinc the picket fences.
Wow.
So I'm a little shorty and I grew up with my brother, Sian, and we used to mom for some reason our mom never let us out to play outside. So we always felt like we were missing out a lot. So we used to climb up on our little fence and we used to peep over. And we do that a lot when she's not around.
Right.
And that's how we grew up. We weren't allowed to go outside and play. Mark you, any events at school, we always were allowed to go. She makes sure we get to a new suit. She go downtown and she had Barry suit. I'm an auntie based in the US. She always makes sure we get to little holiday clothes and we're always nice and pretty and clean and never hungry.
So education was something that was, regardless of, the surroundings or whatever, that was something that was always implemented.
Yeah, my mom, she always say, me never got school, but uno, I forgot school, with meaning like she never had the opportunity to get the education that we have now. So she's ensuring that we get the education she never got.
That's admirable.
So that was one thing for her. She made sure of that. And today I give thanks for her. I mean, we weren't always on the same page because I was always the rebellious type. My brother was like more the quiet type. He was like, do that, and he does it. He never asks any question. He just did it. So he got less beaten than I did. But I mean, I was just like the curious kid. Like you say, don't do that. Why can't I do it? Like, give me some reasoning behind it. And it's just a thing with the parenting. And because she was so strict with us, I try to be lenient on my kids. But I realized like you gave them slack, they take advantage of that slack or disadvantage of it. And then you don't get as much out of them that you're supposed to. They don't practice to their full potential.
Exactly.
So, like I realized like, okay, so this is how I have to be. This is how you get things done. You got to be strict.
Right.
And so now I have to pull up the reins on my kids and, try to get something out of them. So, but it wasn't easy growing up in the ghetto per se. But like I said, she was a type that, you had to wake up early, even to catch the bus. I had to take public transportation to school to go to Queens. Because after I used to walk to Johnson Primary, and she also sold, she sold her little stuff. She pushed her little cart primary school, and she set out her little stall, her cheese sticks, her peanut cakes, and she bakes.
Very ambitious.
Nice, yeah. And that's how she educate us, provide for us. My dad was always in the picture, but he was always the quiet type. She was the go-getter. So, I guess that's how they get along.
Mommy used to do the beating.
Mommy alone, like daddy, when he tried, but we always end up laughing at him. So, we end up laughing at him, and mommy always say, yes, man, yes. So she always laugh at him too, because we never take him serious. Like, why are you trying to hit us now? You never, But eventually he came to the US, and that's how we all, he never forgot about us. That's how he filed our papers.
So,
And
so Dr. Damar, um, take us back to basic school, career day. What were you?
career day. Honestly, I don't even know. In school, I probably was like a musician because I was a part of the Jamaica Orchestra for Youth, and I played the violin.
Oh
I was
wow.
part of that group.
No, I was just trying to figure out how early, these aspirations of,
Or to
being
be
yeah.
a nurse. Okay. So I remember because I used to there's the comprehensive health center on, I think it's Sly Pen Road, I want to say. And
Mhm.
I remember I went there to the dentist. Like I always go there to get my tooth pulled and dental care. And there was this one doctor dentist, and I went during my lunchtime, and she admired that. Like, she made sure that I didn't miss any part of school. My mom took me, and she, as a little girl, she actually had a conversation with me.
Oh
And
wow.
I remember, because I guess you see anyone in uniform or white coat or whatever, there are nurses. Like that was in my head. And I remember I was leaving with my mom, and I said, "Mom, I want to be a nurse." And that was always in my head. And I don't remember her name. I remember slightly what she looks like, but I knew then that I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to help. And she was just so gentle with me and everything. And to this day, I have no fear of going to the dentist. And I think it all takes us back to that one visit. So, something really made a difference then. But I was always like, someone active. So like sports day, I always look forward to sports day and fair. And I was always raising my hand. Like I was just always like a teacher's pet. I don't know why, but all my teachers, they love me. So I was always excel. I passed the common entrance at age 10 because I skipped 5th grade.
Wow.
And I never went from 4th grade, I went to 6th grade. And also, my teacher, Miss Tinglin, I mean, she now passed on, may her soul rest in peace, but she had made an impact on me also, and not only my life, and a lot of us, because we all excelled.
Mhm.
And like I said, coming from the ghetto, it's a great accomplishment. And, I'm here today to tell that tale.
I mean, I'm just in awe. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I personally know people from Jonestown, from Craigtown. You know what I'm saying? And them always think the worst of, people when they come from a certain environment.
I know there's that stigma.
One of the things that I noticed growing up was that anybody who was in certain circumstances that were beyond their control, their aspiration was always to rise above that. You know what I mean? So I don't know where other people are getting their information from, but great things, do come from the ghetto. Where them said it there's a rose in Spanish Harlem. Duh. There's a
Yeah,
rose
yeah.
that what if a rose will rise from out of the slum, as them call it. You know me I say, and we have the pleasure of having one of them here with us tonight.
And we use a different
And
term.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We use a different term. Diamonds in the rough.
Diamond in the rough. So she's
Yes.
clearly a
Yeah.
diamond in the rough.
Yes.
You know me I say, and so basically from that point, that was like a turning point in your life where, you interacted with this nurse just one time and you told your mom that that's what you aspired to be. How old were you around that time, if you can remember?
I was still in primary school, so I had to be maybe like 7 or 8.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
but right then and there, that was the first time, it in your conscious mind that you developed an interest in that, even though other things had happened along the way, like the orchestra, what I mean, other things, other endeavors that you probably had done, what I mean, but ultimately you spoke it into existence from that time, and here you are today.
Here I am.
Mm. So did you start laying the groundwork for becoming a nurse prior to when you left Jamaica, or did those things start to happen when you came to America?
Okay, so it started when I was here
Okay.
because in Jamaica, complete my high school. Then I went to Exeter Community College, and from then I had applied to the physical therapy school of physical therapy in Mona,
Mhm.
and I was so young. And I remember I did the interview and I was accepted, but because I was so young, they were like, okay, they won't accept me this year, but they'll accept me the following year upon my request.
Mm.
So I had to sit out a whole year. And then during that whole time, my dad was filing. And so that came through. So, I had to leave. I didn't want to be left back, in Jamaica. My family was migrating. So
Right.
when I came to the US, because I'm like, then, growing up and high school, then you understand the whole thing and you start direct your path where you want to be. So the nurse was in the back of my head, and but then I switched to physical therapy.
Mm.
And when I came to the US, I mean, okay, so take back, during that year that they told me to wait, I got pregnant. So my mom was livid because by then she was in the US.
So you were doing a little bit more than just waiting.
That's what that meant. So you always say, the devil always find work to give idlers. So,
Such an answer a question without me even asking her. I was asking her, what was you preparing yourself during that year, till it was time for you to go? But you answered it. You answered it.
no, I did. So I'm like, and my mom was, and then I had to leave the baby because she was born in 2000, and I
Mm.
came to the US in 2001. So she was still a baby.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I left her at the age of 10 months because yeah, she was born in April 2000, and I came to the US February 2001.
And what's her name, if you don't mind us asking?
Janice.
Okay, because at the exact same time when you were mentioning you got pregnant, a young lady by the name of Jadur um commented like literally like simultaneously when you paused and said Ray. So is that also your daughter as well?
That's the third princess. I have four
Oh,
princesses in the palace.
wow.
That's the third princess.
Literally as you said it, like before her comment even came up, like she was like, my mother is doing such a great job. Go mother. You know what I mean? You see how comfortable you are now. She was so apprehensive about. I'm so nervous and I'm so this and you know what I mean. And look, me tell her say yeah, wanna we know. So
Hold on, man. Him never tell us say when I will interview a
yeah,
reason
we
we
not do,
reason.
we don't know off interview. We don't
Him
go know
never
off
tell you.
it. We don't go know off reason.
He did after I spoke with him today. He did.
We don't know off it. You know what I mean. And you're doing a stupendous job. You know what I mean. And everybody with up on the live, may I beg on a two favor, please and thanks before we even gonna further with this car. We not get down to the nitty gritty yet, we just a get for know, you know what I mean, about the person that we're talking to. We're gonna talk about, all of the services that she provides, you know what I mean, locations, aspirations, you know what I mean, accolades, all of that. We are gonna talk about all of that. But in the meantime, between time, this live looks so good right now. I'm one of the best live me having a long time. So artists wanna watch on yourself, Not telling So like one of the panel live right now, please, ladies and gentlemen, there's a little subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Please just press that button, subscribe to our channel, please. You know what I mean? And also, for the behalf of the doctor, share this live, please. May I tell you, share it with everybody. Share upon WhatsApp, share upon Insta, share upon TikTok, share, because this is all about awareness. This is all about being informed. You know what I'm saying? So you said basically you forwarded to America in what 2001?
2001. 2001.
And what
Leaving
was
my little bundle of joy back home.
what was that like? What was that like for you? Leaving Jamaica, coming to a whole another country.
Well, it was heartbreaking. Like I know it's a land of opportunity, but I was sad.
Mm.
I was just sad. I don't know, because I had to leave my baby, my
Mm,
then little you call it baby daddy. so,
mm.
so but I was just heartbroken and sad. But I knew I'm here already, and I had to get my daughter here. And in order for me to get my daughter here, I had to make that provision to provide for her.
Right, right.
And so I never gave up my dream of, you know, having a career.
Mm.
So, but when I checked out, I came to New Jersey and my dad was here, and I had a little sister. I got my first job at Popeyes at Teaneck Road in New Jersey. And
Salute.
because I was able to walk to that job because I didn't have a car. I couldn't
Right.
drive, and
And
my dad had to go to work.
anybody would know anything about Jersey, you have to have a car if you live at Jersey. Me nah ask Christ. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, probably like in a Camden or wherever, but like when you go out to like, the Glassboro, the South Jersey, those part of Jersey, you have to have a car. You know what I mean? What part of Jersey did you land in?
In Teaneck.
Oh, Teaneck.
Teaneck.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I was over there with Biggie and Little Kimber at one point.
Yeah.
Teaneck, New
I know
Jersey.
it's right next to Englewood and Englewood Cliffs. I know a lot of celebrities up in Englewood Cliff and Englewood.
So,
But yeah, it was in Teaneck.
so did you come at a time when it was cold or
Yeah, in winter, February 12th.
yeah, say.
And I remember, no, stick a pin. I remember looking through the window and it was snowing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm excited. So I went out, put on my little sister. She was probably about 3 or 4, I believe. And I went outside, like, because it's sunny. You could, through the glass, you could see the sun, but it's snowing. I knew nothing about snow. I knew nothing about winter. And I went outside. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was freezing. I had to run back in. And then another day, it wasn't snowing and the sun was just pelting through the window. I could feel the heat. And I'm like, okay, it's not cold. So I went outside. Nope. It was only warm inside. So, but to this day, I'm still not a big lover of winter.
Mm,
I'm still that tropical girl. I
mm.
know up north, Jersey area, they have like their color scheme. I was always tropical. Give me my colors, and after Labor Day, you can't wear white. That was not me. To this day, I still can't get it. It's
So well on. Just I mean, we actually got the opportunity to talk to you, and the what you call it, the um aftermath of what was a milestone for you. So if you said February the 12th, that means last year would have made what 22 years since you've been here. Wow, wow, wow. That's that. The congratulations. And 22 years anywhere is an accomplishment within itself. But to be able to come from working in Popeyes.
Yeah, and accomplish.
no, I never started job in Popeyes.
Yeah.
I got the job, and because of my little sister that I had to babysit, my dad was telling me, "Oh, you got to take your sister to Florida to my aunt."
Oh wow.
So I did my interview, got my job, came home excited, Daddy, I got my job. And I remember they were paying $5.15 an hour. And yes, give me my five because I already calculated that in Jamaican money. So I would be able to send money for my daughter. And my dad, he's like, okay, there's no one to babysit my little sister, Alexia. So you have to take her to Florida to his sister. So I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to start my job like on Monday. And I took her to Florida the Sunday. I wasn't going to come back to start my job the Monday, right?
Right.
So when I went to Florida now, I dropped my sister off, had my ticket to come back. I never came back.
Oh, wow.
All my cousins were there, aunts and uncles. So I'm like, I felt happy there. And it was tropical. There was no winter. So I stayed there. And of course, then I decided that I wanted to go back to school now. So when I checked it out to pursue my career as a physical therapist, it was going to take me 6 years. I'm like, I do not have 6 years because I have to take care of my daughter. So I'm like, let me start doing some research. And then, I'm like, okay, let me go into nursing. This was always my passion. So now I switch back to nursing. And it would have taken me 2 years to get my associate's degree, and then another 2 years for my bachelor's, and pursue and go on. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do nursing and stuff. So then when I told my then child's father in Jamaica, I was supposed to visit in December. So I'm like, I'm gonna start school soon. And he's like, okay, but he needs Nitnat, because we call her Nitnat then. He's like, Nitnat need a brother or sister, he need another child. So I'm like, no, what's going on? I swear, you can't make this up. So I'm like, but so he's like, okay, this is a deal. You're in love. So he's like, this is a deal. Okay, I was going down to December for like 2 or 3 weeks. So he's like, if you come and you get pregnant, then we handle that. But if you come and then you don't get pregnant, then you could start nursing school. Okay, so with luck on my side. She came back pregnant. So then that was delayed again. But in the meantime, I worked in the hospital. I started in the hotel as a housekeeper. And I used to laugh when I called my friends back home because I did housekeeping, and then I got a job in the hospital as a housekeeper. And I used to laugh because, in Jamaica, we call them janitor.
Yeah.
And I used to laugh with my friends back home. I'm like, listen, janitor work, may I do, I'm a janitor. I'm going to say, you want to see my son, Queen's High School daughter, janitor.
Yeah.
And I laughed about it, but it goes to say it's not where you start, but where you're going. So I knew I wasn't going to stay there, but I needed a job. I needed the benefits that it comes with. So I did housekeeping, and you have to stay in a department for 6 months. So I was in a department for as soon as I reached 6 months, and I started checking their career board, and then there was a position open for a rehab tech because I wanted to still
right. Physical therapy, and
I was a rehab technician, and then I at that time I got a job in a nursing home as a nursing assistant, and they pay for you to do the class. So they hire you, they train you while you're doing the class. I was working while they're training me as a nursing assistant. So I did that, got certified. And then during that time, I'm like, okay, what else can I do? So I was always trying to climb. I was always trying to elevate myself. So as a nursing assistant, then I got a job in the hospital as a nursing assistant. So I went from a housekeeper to rehab tech in the same hospital. And then now I was a certified nursing assistant.
Wow.
6th floor on a med surg floor.
Wow.
And during this time, I'm like, okay, they have telemetry techs now. So where you interpret the heart rhythm, and you call the doctor if there's anything suspicious going on the rhythm strip and stuff. And then I'm like, I'm interesting. So then of course, I went to a teletech class.
So hold on, before you go there, so I see a lot of young ladies who are actually CNAs, with their certificate and things of that nature. So does that require training as well, like to become a CNA?
Yes, you have to be trained, and then there's an exam and practical that you have to do to become certified. That was in the state of Florida. I don't know if each state is different, but in the state of Florida, I had to be certified through the board of.
Yeah, I see a lot of people here in Philly, the same thing. With them. So I was just wondering, so how long did the course for become a CNA actually take?
I think it probably was like 3 to 6 months. I don't quite remember, but it was an extensive
oh wow,
it's rather 3 to 6 months. I mean, you probably have shorter course,
right?
But that's the one I enrolled in, and that's the one the nursing home paid for. So
right.
I made full opportunity of that.
So from that to
a teletech, telemetry technician.
Wow.
So and then by that time, I did a teletech course while I was pregnant. So that was in the summer. I had Janae now, the second princess of the palace, in September. And then I'm like, I really need to go back to school. So my parents were still in New Jersey, because remember, I done jump ship, went to Florida to hang out with cousins and and everybody. So now I decided I had to come back to mama's care. So in that same year, I had 2003 September, I had Janae. So in December, I moved back to Florida, and I got a job in Holy Name Hospital as a telemetry tech. So, and then I remember working, and there was this other teletech, older lady, Caucasian, and I was always online looking for nursing school. And she's like, we have a nursing school here. I'm like, no, because I was applying to Felician, Fairleigh Dickinson, all the, because I'm just Googling. Lo and behold, there was a nursing school right at the hospital that I worked that I didn't know about. And she told me about it, and I applied for it, and I got in. So I did. And that's where I got it was a 2-year program, so I only got an associate's degree there. And then I did, of course, I did the 2 years, and I did my boards, got certified, and then I started working as a registered nurse in the nursing home in New Jersey. And my girlfriend that I went to school with, she lived in New York, so she's like, oh, they're hiring at Lincoln Hospital. So she gave me the number, and I called. And I didn't have a New York license, because the same license you have in New Jersey is not the same license for New York. You need a New York license. So I did the interview for Lincoln Hospital. I got the job, no license to work. And then I just started working because I became a RN, and I had to leave my job because now my status was, for some reason, your status was above your pay grade. So, so I wasn't able to still hold that job. And then they were offering me a position, but they wanted to give me nights. And I know night is for sleeping, not working. So I didn't accept it. And I wanted day shift because I was preparing for my daughter to come now.
So
nights.
The 2-year course is LPN, right? So
no, the LPN is a 1-year course. I was never an LPN. I could have, after 1 year of being in RN school, I could have done the state boards, and become an LPN. But I was already working as a teletech. I just didn't want to get off track. I just wanted to finish school. Because the program was, it was a Monday to Friday program. I was already, as a teletech, I was working Friday 3 to 11. And I was working Saturday and Sunday, double shifts. I was working from 7 to 3, 3 to 11, Saturday and Sunday. So I had no weekend. I was just so committed, so I didn't want to get off track to, I just wanted to finish the RN school. But after 1 year of being an RN, I could have done the state board and become an LPN, but I never did that. I just finished the RN, did my boards, became a registered nurse.
Wow.
Then, got the job, started working in the nursing home. And like I said, there was a period that I was working. So I was low on funds. So as soon as I got the job, then I started making preparation to get the license for New York. So once I did that, I called them up and I was ready to start. I started in the emergency room, and I loved every minute of it. It was a level 1 trauma hospital in the South Bronx, Lincoln Hospital. Who knows?
Whoa.
Okay. I got everything I needed to survive, to go out there and spread my wings. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I have to bless Father, because he was right there beside me through thick and thin. He never forsake me. Just like he said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. When I tell you that man was with me, thank you, Jesus.
I'm sitting here in like I said, from Papa is hiring you to you not going to you basically
$15 an hour, $5.50.
I mean, like probably discount on chicken and well works, man. So
But wait, not only that, in the job in Florida, the first job at the hotel as the housekeeper. So you got the job, and as a Jamaican, you're clean. So you're frightened for the job. So you when I said they put me on, because you had the wings. So they put me on a wing, and I had to clean. I was vacuuming, I was cleaning, I was changing every linen, I was scrubbing bathroom walls, the bath. I was when the supervisor came and she inspected, when I tell you, instead of that lady put me back on that same wing tomorrow, she put me on another wing. And I did the same thing. Is when I talked to cousins, I was telling them,
Everybody taps you are, you know.
oh my God, when I tell you I was cleaning, little did I know, because as a Jamaican, you're clean.
Yeah.
You have to clean, because remember, my mother wake you up, you have to wash plate, you have to clean house, and you have and wash, you have to wash, and that's how she go around with the. You read about it when you're closing the clean on the line, you just pick off the pin. and, and every evening you come home with your white blouse, you have to soap it up with a blue bomber and put in a plastic bag. On the weekend, you wash and put in your fab and your little. So yeah, so that but then at Lincoln, that was us backtracking. I remember, like, I just had to mention that those walls.
I just think it's amazing that you utilize every aspect of your life, from being a sheltered child. You know what I mean? You use qualities and things that you learn from then, that experience in the clinic at Slipe Road. You know what I mean? You took all of these experiences with you, and you put them, you mesh all of them together. You know what I mean? In order to become who you are today. You know what I mean?
Right. Go ahead.
No, so that to me is admirable. You know what I mean? That instills, hope in me, and I hope that for anybody that watches this or is watching it now or that's gonna watch it in the future, you know what I mean, that we haven't even gotten into the meat of what you actually do yet. But I'm already inspired by hearing, you know what I mean, your story, because it's a testimony.
Yeah, that's just a perfect lesson of certain things you was taught as a child, that mommy and daddy used to say, learn to do this, learn to do
Right.
that, and it helped you later on in life, just like she used
Exactly.
it to her ability to get to where she at now, because she used
Exactly.
those teaching as a stepping stone.
Every aspect of what you've told us thus far, whether you even and I can tell because you're just flowing right now. You know what I mean? It's not like it's scripted, or I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna say this. Like, if you listen to your testimony, I don't know if you ever really taking notice of your life, because a lot of times when you're as ambitious as you are, you don't have the time to sit and focus on things, because you're always thinking about the next thing. Like the first time you talk, you already have a practice, and you were talking about another practice that wasn't even open yet, you know what I mean, that you want to do, and you know what I mean, and other things. So it's like a lot of times whatever is behind you kind of becomes hindsight. But like from the outside looking in, you know what I mean, like you've utilized every single experience in your life to get to where you are today. And
the greatest thing about that also, she is a great inspiration to others.
Yes.
Just like that nurse was an inspiration to she at
Exactly,
8 years
exactly,
old.
exactly.
Those who's listening to you know you're their inspiration.
And the craziest part about it is, this lady, if she's still living, probably don't even know what she instilled in you. You get to me, I say, you know what I mean? And that's what you're doing for so many people, you know what I mean, like, who probably come across you. Because I mean, I feel it. You know what I mean? Like you, basically I'm looking at you like, yo, the sky's the limit.
It is.
You know what I mean? The sky's the limit. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about all of this stuff while you have a kid in Jamaica and you have one here, and you know what I mean, she's like from this school to that school, and you know what I mean, looking at this notice board, and this is, you know how many people
and stick up in 1 second. You know how many people lose track after they have a child of their dream?
Exactly.
You did not. So that's even a great testimony that other young ladies can look upon. You don't, just because you have a child, you don't have to
that is
stop.
that is one part of it. But look how many people become complacent,
right?
And in a one job, and before you know it, 35, 45, year pass, and no disrespect to them because they might make it happen the best way that they can. You know what I mean? But a lot of times you have a kid and you say, all right, me can't do this or me can't do that. The one thing that every successful person has in common is the ability to step out on feet. You know much woman would have did look and say, yo, I left my pitney, you mad? Me good baby father, you mad? Oh no, go on, yeah?
They're only good for that moment.
Right. People would do that. Not people would do that. Not people that sit down and say, right now, and I say, baby father, I gone left them. Or probably wherever the case may be, and them make an ultimate sacrifice for somebody who probably is not gonna be around. You know what I mean? The ability to step out on faith is what every successful person have in common, regardless of the field, regardless of the race, the creed, the color, whatever the case. But the ability, the journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with the first step. And you just have to tell me about step after step after step after step, and you're still a step.
Still a step.
You can write a book.
Yeah, man.
I probably should.
You
Yeah,
write
man.
a book.
Probably should.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like trust me, me have artists over here where win Grammy and and there's never been such an attentive audience. Like when last you see them numbers, brother, where people just dip on the live and nobody now move. When I time a live, I'll chip out and the said people them still
Still
there.
out it.
So you're a star in your own right. You know what I say? And everybody where every other comment I say, sister, me love you, daughter, me love you, mother, me love you, and you know what I mean? So
This is what we need. And you, like I said, you should write a book. Don't think about it. Do it.
yeah, man.
People need to hear your story.
Definitely. It's a
People need to
testament.
hear your story.
No testimony
because
without test.
It's gonna make them stronger. It's gonna make them push more. It's gonna make them go after what they want, no matter what
Yeah, man.
going on with them.
From the concrete jungle, brother. Yeah, so basically, so you said you got into Lincoln now. So this was
Lincoln,
New York.
did my thing. I learned everything. I was like a vacuum. I was just sucking up everything I could. So I did my thing there. During that time, I went and did my bachelor's because these hospitals, they pay half of it, they pay full. Lincoln, they gave you money towards getting your education higher, advance your career, stuff like that. So I did my bachelor's degree there. And then once I achieved that, Lincoln, I mean, it was very educative and, but it was busy. It was draining. And it's like eventually you started to lose that passion to not so much to love, but to care, because there were short staff. You were just like from one to the next. It was a level 1 trauma. You get any and everything that came up into Lincoln. The doctors and the nurses and the techs, we work hard. The transporters, the housekeepers, we all did our thing. When I tell you, it was a team, And I went there a few months ago and it was still that same cohesiveness, that teamwork, but it was still busy. And, I wanted to slow down a little because then now I have 2 girls to be a mother to, and then it was 12-hour shifts. And I mean, I'm going to say this, but which Jamaican, the one job?
Yeah, you're telling me about 5 of them.
Not just Jamaicans, but I'm just gonna say it, like which Jamaican the one job. So I was doing 2 jobs and trying to, be the best mother I could. And like I came home, I was tired, and and then eventually I had to switch to night shifts. And I remember my daughter, she was like, I remember Janae, because she was sassy. They say she's like me, the second one. And she asked me, she's like, Mommy, you're off tomorrow? So I'm like, yeah. She's like, it doesn't matter because you're going to sleep anyways.
That's good.
All you do is sleep.
Kids are brutally
She just say whatever, whenever. And I felt bad, but and I knew I was doing it for them, because then at least I was able to help them with their homework. My mom used to keep them when I was at work, so I would get stuff ready. I would sleep while they're at school. Get up, make something for them, dinner. I'm not a great cooker or big cooker. I mean, I cook well, but I'm not a big cooker. I'm not a fan. But get them homework done, get them ready, prepare them for the next day, and then drop them off at my mom and go to work. So it was too much. And so I'm like, after I got my bachelor's degree, then I went into traveling. Actually, I went into traveling while I was at Lincoln. And I went into traveling, so I started doing it. And then while I was on a travel assignment at Good Samaritan Hospital in Suffern, New York, in the emergency room again, I did a 13-week contract. I work well. I'm a hard worker and I work well. So while I was doing that, they extended my contract for another 13 weeks. So I did that. And then now they're offering me a position as a staff nurse in the ER. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And I'm like, you know what? I need to go back to school. I need to get my master's. I want to be a nurse practitioner. Because I tell my girls, like, listen, there's certain things I can't be an example to you. Like, for example, relationship. There's certain thing you're not good at, but what I'm good at is for you to excel, to be the best person you can be. The sky is the limit. Reach that limit. Spread yourself out. Don't limit yourself. So I think I did this more for them as opposed to for myself. I just want to be that example for them, so they can see that, okay, you can be, don't let anybody, and I tell them, listen, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do this. Because I remember when I was doing nursing, like, I'll go to another nurse, working in the hospital, you're like, what is it like? Do you like it? She's like, they'll be like, yeah, but I would advise it. And that was just a turn off for me. Like, but you're a nurse. Why wouldn't you advise it? Right. And it's hard. It's challenging. Okay, let me go face that challenge. So I have students come up to me and they'll ask me, I'm like, listen, don't let anybody tell you can't do it. If this is what you want to do, go for it. There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be challenges in life. You just got to overcome it. And you got to believe in you. Who is going to believe in you but you? And if you don't believe in yourself, there's nobody else that's going to believe in you. Listen to the crowd. I never listen to the naysayers. And I just hate that negative energy around me. Like, you got to stay positive. And that's just me. I have time when I'm down and, things bother me. But, it's like there's a way out. You just got to find that solution.
Yeah, man.
You just gotta find a solution. So I did take that position, and then okay, I need to figure out a nurse practitioner school to go to. So one of my girlfriends, she went to SUNY downstate, and would you know, I applied for that school 2 times, 2 consecutive years, and I was never accepted. SUNY downstate. I don't know why. I was qualified. I don't know, because I think SUNY is like one of, I want to say like a state college. So I want to say, because I live in New Jersey. So, they would prefer to put the New Yorkers over another state. That was just my belief, because I was qualified. My GPA was on par. So that's the only thing I could say. And even though I went to SUNY Delhi, I was still a resident of New Jersey. So again, I was still doing research. What can I do? And not far from Good Sam in Rockland County, Dominican College. The first time I applied, I was accepted.
Because that was the one that was for you.
That was the one that was for me.
Exactly.
That was the one that was for me. And that's the thing. And I tell my children, every disappointment is for an appointment. Because I would have to travel to Brooklyn. And, the distance, the toll, the traveling to get back to them, it probably would have burned me out more.
Exactly.
And, the distance was too much. So I think, and I leave it up to God.
And listen, man, like I say, at the end of the day, my daughter was aspiring to be a nurse at one point, and she ended up going into social work. One of the reasons why she went into social work is because she's a cancer survivor, and she was so smitten by her social worker that she just emulated her. Like
Yeah.
when she graduated from high school, she went back to the same oncology unit that she was treated, and then she did her hours there. When she went to school, she just had her eyes fixated on being a social worker, and one of the things that she always complained about was like like dad, it's gonna take me that much longer to become this and become that. And her social worker looked at her and she said, yo, much nurse walk into a room, and that person that is working, that person that the nurse is gonna work on, never one time look at the person and say, how long were you in school? It was some people that was in school for 10 years, 15 years, but once you walk through that door, you're a nurse.
That is so true.
Man, so like at the end of the day, you might have thought that that one school was the better choice for you. But like you said, the spirit already had it doctrinated that the school that the one that was going to be closer to your kids. So you wasn't even thinking about all of that. You were thinking about, you understand?
She didn't get accepted.
And you get a bonus, an added incentive. By being closer to your children, you get more rest. You wake up a little later than usual. You know what I mean? You have some time to play with, stop and get your donut. And
No,
doctors do eat donuts, right?
Yes,
Okay, all right.
Eh,
I'm just kidding.
I care with you. Yes, we do.
she can't get donut and coffee because she not for pay the toll.
Listen,
She not for pay the toll, so you can't get donut and coffee.
listen, let me tell you, at Lincoln Hospital, there's a donut, Dunkin' Donut across the street. And when I tell you they deliver, that's the only Dunkin' Donuts I know deliver. They deliver. I was on night shift then, and every night they were making their delivery, okay? And we were all ordering.
Wow.
We were all ordering.
I mean, your story is amazing. It's very extensive. I mean, well, we might need all that next part alive. Because we don't start that what we should do yet, You know what I mean? But all right. So here what we are gonna do. Cause we have another artist that come on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we want to tell the people we've talked about the past and the foundation that everything was built on. We want to talk about what you do now, which I'm very intrigued to hear about it. I know Daddy Lee settings is we have Misha settings off camera. You know what I mean? Mermaid settings has told us about what you do. You know what I mean? Let's just let some of the people on the live see a little bit of what you do, and then we can come back and actually talk about what you do. How does that sound?
Great.
All right, all right. So make us see what I go on and say now. You know what I mean? Tell us my plan for you, My plan for you, me why you feel comfortable. And you see the way she comfortable that she take over the interview. You know, see we not have to talk.
Yeah.
We not have to talk.
But listen, then so it's supposed to go. So it's
Yes,
supposed to go.
exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, we formally introduce Dr. DAMAR MCINTYRE. All right, so check this out now. We're going to show you what she does. All right, then. That's right there. Mm-hmm. Well, on there. So, all this now play. Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't bother with that something there, How are this, It now play. It now play. I want to. All right, well, the people in there on the table. So, we're going to listen. Can we know if we improvise over here, You know what I mean? So, all right. We see some people on an infusion table. We see, I heard them talking about some of the services that you provide. Prior to when you started doing what you're doing now, what inspired you to do it? What does what you do entail? And just tell us a little something about this aspect of your journey now.
Okay. So I'm always a lover of beauty and fashion.
Mm,
That's me.
mm,
I will say forever young, forever pretty, forever beautiful.
mm,
And I believe in taking care of you. There's only one you, one life, and you have to make the best of it. And you just got to take care of your skin. You got to beautify from the inside out, not just the outside looking beautiful, but you have to start from the inside. So it's a whole. You have to treat the body as a whole, not just okay, you're gonna just do the hair. You got to do everything
mm.
because it functions. Everything is connected. I remember a song we used to sing, the backbone connected to the hip bone and the shoulder bone. So
Yeah.
it's like we're all connected. So you have to treat the body as a whole. You can't just take care of one aspect and neglect another.
Mhm.
So I'm all about beauty. Take care of your skin, the hair, just looking pretty, and So that's a part of my inspiration, and also like I want to like start my own business.
Mm,
And I'm now the owner of Magnificent Concierge IV Hydration and Beauty Bar. That's in Melbourne, Florida,
mhm,
and it's in the salon of Proper Nails and Makeup, which is owned by Kerrian Burton
mm,
slash Ricketts.
mm,
So I'm there. That's where I started. It's a nice little comfy room, and I plan to expand. I still live in Jersey, but I travel to Florida once or twice a month to do my services, and it's still growing. I'm still adding, procedures and stuff as I go along. My goal is to start a med spa here in New Jersey,
mm,
and New York, I'm right at the border, so I may branch into New York also, but that's probably for later.
mm.
So I plan to spread my wings.
So
Um,
is this does it any of what you do, because I notice, like I said, with at every level you always take a skill set and you bring it into the next profession. So is this like a part of nursing as well, or is this something altogether different? Because I see you using like IVs and
Right. So it is because, like, you have to nourish the body.
mm,
So, you take your multivitamins daily. It's a process for these pills to get metabolized by the liver or the kidney, depending on which vitamins you're taking. And so, what I do IV hydration. You get your nutrients through your intravenous vein. So that's how you get your nutrients. It's readily available to use by the body. It doesn't have to be broken down by the liver or the kidney. It goes right into the bloodstream, and it's readily accessible to be used by the muscle, the organs, and stuff like that. So I do offer the recovery and performance drip, which I call my lightning bolt. Everybody know Usain Bolt. Uh, so that's my lightning bolt. It increases your energy. And, if you work out a lot, your muscles get sore. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to treat those muscles. So this, replenishes the muscles so you could continue and feel energized. I also have an immunity drip. Um, that we had the COVID, fights flu, vitamin C. So you're getting your vitamin C instead of you taking that pill. Again, it goes readily into the bloodstream. I also have my inner beauty drip, which I call the Magnificent Beauty. That helps with the hair, the skin, the nails. It helps with acne, and also helps fight wrinkles. Nobody wants to see them wrinkles on their face. And also have like a memory bank. I call it the memory bank, but it helps you to focus. Sometimes we lose track. We work so hard, like you put the cup that you don't even know. My mom, she's where's my glasses? It's on your forehead, mom. So it helps you to focus and stuff like that. You have one for the headache and stuff. I also offer Botox and fillers. The fillers, it gives volume to the face, like the sunken eyes you could fill under your under eyes. You need like contour your high cheekbone, and so it's more like a beauty to make you feel young, fresh beauty. The Botox now, it helps with the wrinkles. It decreases the wrinkles. Sometimes you have the wrinkles in your forehead, and you call right here the 11s, so, help also. And sometimes you have the dimples in your chin and also your neck, like, you see it. So you could put your Botox to help relax the muscle. And this again helps you to feel young and beautiful. Everybody works hard, and sometimes they can't afford to do surgery, and surgery is a lot invasive. You may recover from it, you may not. You may like your results, you may not. So this usually is non-invasive, and you do see results. You may have to do your touch-up once or twice a year or every 6 months, depending on the procedure and how long it lasts. I also do PDO threads that you insert under the skin, which stimulate collagen production. So you could use it to lift the cheeks. You could place it here in the nasolabial fold. Sometimes you see people and they have like a deep, having little, but sometimes you see like the deep nasolabial fold. So you could put fillers there, or you could use the threads. I sort of like the threads because the fillers sometimes moves, and the thread is longer lasting. And not only that, the threads stimulate collagen production, it decreases saggy skin, so you get a long-lasting effect. And you do see instant results, but then after 6 to 3 months, the threads get absorbed, and then you start to see the full effect of it, lasting 1 to 2 years, depending on the kind of threads that you use. So also, I'm going to mention this. We have threads that you could place because it builds tissue and collagen production. They use it for vaginal tightening. I know people don't like to hear about it or talk about it, but it does. So, it's like we have the laser that helps, with that vaginal, and it also I'm laughing, but it does work, and people do say they feel results, see results, and they like it. So that's also another option.
You for call that one. You for call that one. You for call that one the blue bomber.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna call it: blue bomber tightening. I know. The threads are good. Like you could place it in the abdomen. It helps, gives you elasticity to the skin, the thighs. Like you could put it anywhere. Why did I bring that up?
No, because it's a part of a service, so you provide, and at the end of the day, who not like it, bite. No, I'm not gonna say bite it like how we are talking about. Anyway, say what you say.
All right. Okay, so I also do the lipodissolve.
I wanted to ask this question real quick. These products, did you help to develop these product yourself?
No.
Okay.
No. I train with Empire Medical Training, and I also train with Dr. Barbara Beckford. She's in Queens, New York. She's owner of her med spa in Queens.
She's also on the live right now. Shout out to Miss.
She is wonderful. She has been my mentor. She directed me. I can call her up with any question, and she's been doing this for years.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's a great woman, and she's also Jamaican. Dr. Barbara Beckford.
Hello, Mama. All right, so all right. Tell me a
That's Dr. V for you. Yes, I love her. Yep. And she knows. Yep.
What you can do about them little bag you have nothing for that.
Okay, so the thing is with bags under the eye, it can be corrected with surgery. If you have sunken eyes, then we could fill it. But so if you have baggy eyes, not necessarily adding fillers is going to make it worse. It's going to give you more bags. Okay. So you have to be careful with the eyes. Okay. And sometimes it could be because of, I'm not saying that's the reason for your reason, but it could be lack of sleep, tiredness.
Yeah, definitely. That's
I don't know if it happens to you, but patient will come to me and they'll say, one eye is usually more than the next, or it will sometimes go away, and it just comes back. So it varies. But for baggy eyes, you could correct that surgically, but not necessarily adding threads or fillers. Okay. So then you have, like, you could come in for a consult, anyone, and because sometimes you say baggy eyes, but just got to look at the person to see what exactly is going on with that person. And I do offer lipodissolve. It's a fat burning shot that it's injected into the area that you want to reduce fats or burn fat. For example, in the love handles, the abdomen, the arms, and stuff like that. So that too, and weight loss injections. Semaglutide, it's a very popular medication to help lose weight. It does work. You can lose up to what, like 7 to 15 pounds. I'm going to put it at that in a month. It's a weekly injections. It's FDA approved. But with all weight loss therapy or whatever you do to lose weight, you have to watch what you eat. You have to incorporate some form of activity. It's not a miracle drug.
Right.
It cut your cravings, yeah. Or decrease your appetite.
So it's more or less a supplement.
It's a supplement. It enhances weight loss. And it's good to use it with the fat burning shot, the lipodissolve, because that also, can enhance, weight loss. So I also offer PRP, microneedling, chemical peels. I mentioned the Botox fillers, threads. And as I go along, I add stuff because then, clients will come in the office and I'm like, do you offer this? I need this. And I'm like, I'll check it out for you. And, stuff like that. So it's a growing practice. I love what I do. And, I'm here to tell and share.
No, I mean, once again, I mean, like you're going another rung up the ladder again, no, because I mean, like from this little girl peeking over this picket fence where them did have a zinc up now. You know what I mean? I get beer beaten under your backside. You know what I mean?
Yep. How can I forget?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But none of what transpired was in vain.
I also had another influencer, which I haven't mentioned. She has now passed on. May her soul rest in peace. Dr. Olive Lewin. She's a founder of Jamaica Folk Singers. She was very influential in Jamaica. She was just like an icon back home. She was like one of the Louise Bennett kind of person. I don't know if you know about her, Dr. Olive Lewin, but she had a great influence on my upbringing also. Yes. So, she was also the director of the Jamaica Orchestra for Youth, and that's how I met her. So I had to just mention her. I could have just forget about her.
No, man, I love the way you pick up everybody where help you up on a journey. You know, man, I say, even though I don't used to go around daddy still, me not too like that, but at the end of the day, that's right.
Listen, and to this day, my dad is that kind of person. Like, he's just quiet. I always used to tell people, like, I don't even know if my dad liked me, because I would talk him about something serious. I'll talk him about something, he just always had that same demeanor. Like, he was just that kind of person. And Marky, he's very humorous. But when it comes on to like his children, I mean, he loves us, but he just never had a reaction. My mom knows she give a big outburst. Hey, y'all,
Yeah, but the two parents can.
Dad was never that kind of person. And then growing up, we used to say, oh, me and my brother, oh, I love my dad. Because I grew up with my brother. I have an older sister, Marsha. We love her to death. She's living in Georgia. Shout out to my sister.
You got Marsha.
But my brother, like, we always say, oh, we love daddy because daddy don't beat us. And we go to daddy, we ask him for stuff, and stuff like that. But then growing up, then who is who and what is what. I mean, I still have a great relationship with my dad, and everybody know me. I love my dad. I'm daddy's girl. I'm not saying I'm his favorite. Hello. I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that because he has a few of us, but hey, but I love my dad, but I love my mom. Like, she was the backbone. Right. She is still the backbone.
Yeah, man. Bless her up. I mean,
yeah,
you can clearly see, that your parents' involvement in your life has been evident. you know, a lot of us get that, but we don't necessarily utilize it. Luckily, you know, you take ambition from the days of mommy pushing the car to her wanting you to have more than you know what she had for herself, and you know you utilize it because you know like them say, them old time people say you can lead a donkey to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Force them to drink.
You know what I'm
That is
saying?
true.
And for the people, for the many people that you have serviced over the years in the things that you've done within healthcare, um, we're glad that you were one of the ones who chose to drink.
Yep.
You know, and like me say, thank you to that nurse who inspired you without even knowing. And like I said, the many people that you inspired along the way and that you'll continue to inspire as you go along on this journey. And I mean, here you are with your own practice and talking about opening up more, not only in the same state but in different states. Do you have any aspirations of ever doing something in Jamaica?
It's funny you should ask that. So, yes, I do. I just need to have the connection. I do have a cousin who is a practicing doctor there, Dr. Noah Lee Bowen. So I'm in right now, back and forth with her, trying to set something up. I'm visiting soon, and you know we're gonna start the process of starting getting that set up. So yes.
Well, I'm not telling you no man. And you did that time, but boy, me don't know what me I gonna say. Me scared it and the first me ever do not like this. Are you interview we and about we you just come and you just take over. We never have to say no. Eh? Me not tell us so we are gonna make you feel comfortable, man. Yeah.
You sure did. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So you see the whole of them letter there where you have back of your name. The what you say BNBS, all of them, right?
Uh-huh.
You see, the world may know you as that, but where we are gonna put back at that now is settings. So that means that you are one and we know. So
Okay.
anything where you are doing when the new practice are open, you know what I mean? You need to tell you about it. We run our ads about it or whatever.
No,
Wherever we can.
she forward right back. Yeah, so come
Or,
talk
or you
about
can,
it.
you're there, Jersey. It's just a up, skip and a jump. Cause the way in I try state. If you want forward, come over here, come hold a vibe with me. You
Of
know,
course I will.
if I mean, me kind of depend on a little fasting thing right now, but when me start eat donut again, you can make me know about the Dunkin' Donut we deliver, and we can sit down and just hold our vibes. You know, you know what I mean? However you want.
Yep, I'm totally for it.
I mean, you big up mommy, you big up daddy, you big up, Dr. Olive, you big up Dr. Beckett, you big up, your kids them. Who else? Me want big up Zoni to make it possible because you know what I mean Zoni is a youth way. You know what I mean? Him is one of we as well and he came to us and let us know about you and within, weeks, Mermaid had your book, you were here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Zoni, definitely.
Shout out,
Appreciate it.
shout out to Mermaid Settings. Shout
Yes, I love my merms. I said that earlier. I love you, mermaid. Because I was busy back and forth with her. I'm like, listen, I don't know what to do. I'm like, what is so she's like, you'll be fine. Like, she was right there for me. Yep.
I mean, you are an inspiration to me. I feel like right now I'm ready to kick in some.
Listen, listen. Don't just say to you.
No, but me not speak for me on behalf. I can't speak for you. I don't know how you feel.
No, she's an inspiration to a lot of people. She's an inspiration to me. She's an inspiration to
Misha.
All right.
Mermaid.
Uh-huh.
The whole away.
All right.
I mean, look how much people up on the live
all
right now, and them not gone away.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
Like I alone she inspire.
No, but me just have
you're selfish.
Me just speak for me on behalf.
You're selfish.
All right, brother. You're inspired to your inspiration to overall settings podcast and what we do over here. This has been one of our most like we not make comparison over here. Comparison is the thief of joy, but this was truly another breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? This was something that I look forward to. I didn't know what to expect, but it exceeded all of my expectations.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. You made it ease. Like, I felt at ease talking to you guys. So, I mean, the moment you guys came on, all my anxiety went.
Right.
And, you made me feel like it was going to be all right. It was all right. So, thanks for having me.
No, man. I mean, we and we'll continue to have you over here as much as you want.
Looking forward to
I
part
mean,
two.
remember, you're talking about opening new practices, so we want to keep everybody in the loop about that. Big up your people. Them, I'm gonna put the camera upon you alone. Me want you tell everybody we're in at the live right now to subscribe to this channel, please, and thanks.
we want to thank everybody on the live.
And we want to thank
everybody on the live.
Everybody with it forward over here. I cannot big up you guys enough because, like I said, there's been artists over here who win award, Grammy, Billboard, the whole works, and them the grass people attention like the doctor come over here, like the people them really support you. Them love you.
Them love you, man. You're loved.
I love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for the support.
So I'm gonna put the camera upon you alone, and I just want you to tell them to subscribe to Overall Settings, please, and thanks.
Hello, guys. Thanks for joining the live. Now I'm asking, please go ahead and subscribe to Overall Setting Podcast. Thank you. Have a great evening.
You see it, Joni, you think so me never don't get no dub plate from her. See me dub plate there. See me dub plate there. Dr. Damar, the pleasure was all of ours. We look forward to hearing you do more and more and more as you continue to grow. We'll be cheering you from the sidelines. I don't know, I might be, me talk about a little belly something, so me need to come link about that.
All right, listen, I'm here whenever you're ready. Yeah, I'm here.
I'm ready long time, man. I have to just get my funds them right. But I'm telling people.
Well, listen, you can start with your IV hydration just to get that energy level up, and because you work hard, so you got to play hard. Right. So you got to take care of the body.
So tell the people them if they're interested in your services right now. Where are you located?
So right now I'm located in 4880 Stadt Boulevard, Suite E2, Melbourne, Florida.
Okay. And
I could be reached at 855-492-2971.
Hold on 1 second. I could just put that on the screen real quick.
Yeah, hold on, let me find it.
So your practice in Jersey is not open as yet?
No, it's not. It's in the making.
Okay.
So 855-492-2971.
That's going to be 1-855?
1-855-492-2971. 492-2971. And my IG is Mac_beauty_bar.
Okay, hold on. Maybe it's not such a good typer, but IG is 10
MAC_beauty_bar.
All right, MAC_beauty_. Okay. Beauty BAR. Okay, all right. Yeah, man, ready.
And website is magnificentmedspa.com.
All right, so people, if you want book our appointment, they can book it right now. Left it on the answer machine, like I said upon the live, because you probably not gonna answer no. But 1-855-492-2971, and the IG is Mac_beauty_bar.
Go and follow.
Yeah, man. Follow, like, subscribe, share the whole works. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't get it, just forward, come back over here, look on a video here and all of the information. The history is here. And like me say, you guys may refer to her as Dr. DAMAR MCINTYRE. Some of you refer to her as sister, cousin, auntie, mother, but we will refer to her as Dr. DAMAR MCINTYRE Settings because she are one of we know. So
All right.
the response here.
Love that.
You know what I mean? Salute.
Officially anointed.
Salute. You know what I mean?
Amen.
We'll continue to keep in touch. Like me say, I go come check about that belly something there. You know what I mean? Jadur is on the live saying, "Mom, I love you." I want me just take this time off to just big up some of the.
Misha, any questions for the doctor? No questions.
Yeah, you've inspired Misha Settings.
Can you come just say that to her?
Big up Skin Esteem, you know what I mean? That's Dr. Beckford, you know what I mean? The medical spa over in New York, you know what I mean? I don't want to say this name wrong. Is it Larandi McIntyre?
That's cause.
Okay, big up Larandi McIntyre, big up Jonas, Salamama? Salemana, you know what I mean? Big up Sian McIntyre. You know,
that's bro.
That's bro. That's the bro. Whenever you used to give us much trouble as you. You know what I mean? Big up Jacqueline 10. You know what I mean? Big up Opal. You know what I mean? Big up Axie Dix over there. O Dixon. You know what I mean? Big up Derek Brown, Alexia. You know what I mean?
That's sis.
You know what I mean? There's so many people in here. Saskia McIntyre. But your family big man. The McIntyre them out, you know.
Yes, big up to the McIntyre family.
Keep
from yard and abroad. Love you guys.
Marley Hunter, you know what I mean? Desiree, you know what I mean? Millicent, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
That's big sis.
We Hunter, you know what I mean? Terrian, boy, the people them out, you know. I try big up everybody when we cap DNT. DNT, big up DNT car. Oh, your DNT, so DNT. Yeah, man, big up DNT. Anthony Grant, you know what I mean?
Uncle.
Balloon, you know what I mean? Jesus, man, people just, you know, the people them come out for you know, mama. If you start making record,
appreciate it.
As a matter of fact, me didn't want no more artists for the life. Just send me some more doctor over here. Yeah, big up, you know what I mean? Like me say, big up, just zone depend on the life, big up Mermaid Settings. You know what I mean? Boy, me just, you know, what that, Johnny, you know what I mean? I'm Chanel. Boy, I tell them on the people.
That's the second princess.
Them come right.
We're gonna pick up the baby princess, the fourth princess, Jade.
But where the people them come right out for you.
For name no call digging up same way.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
The people them come right out for you. And for everything what you do in your life. And you're never afraid. Never you afraid to come talk about your service and the service that you provide to make people feel better. I mean, me know you're the kind of, you know, at the first time, you know, you ever do it, we were just as nervous as you, because we never know what we don't talk about, but at the end of the day, it was just organic. You know what I mean? And what you've done thus far, it was already written before you even knew it. You know what I mean? That's why when you apply to these places, when you aspire to do anything that you set out to do, it always came to pass because it was already ordained.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were one of those people who were put in this world to make a difference, and you've done that, and you will continue to do that, and now you have a support system and somebody who I go champion for you, and you know you've done the same for us by bringing all of these people over here and making them aware of what we're doing, and we appreciate love you. A long time when I get one live like this, man, I lie to you. One last time live turn up so. Long time.
Long time,
Long,
man.
long time.
Long time.
Long
But
time, no
you
life,
know,
not turn up. So,
that just for show you, everything speaks to itself.
yeah, man.
You know.
So, bless up, big up, rate, respect you. We are going to continue for champion for you. Continue to climb the ladder. As you as you open the next location, as you come up with the next treatment, whatever it is you do, just link Mermaid. She will make we know. And Mermaid, wherever she says law over here. So if she say put her on now, we have to do it. So
You're up to do it.
yeah, man. And that's so the case. Every press release, whatever the case may be, we just stop everything moving and we just say, all right, at that time and that forward in and do our thing. Salute, yeah.
Mhm.
Blessings. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go follow her, see the information there, book your appointments and now. Please subscribe to Overall Settings Podcast. Share this video. It's all about being informative. Big up yourself, Doc.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Blessings.
Manners.
Respect.